What would you say if I told you science fiction was once again about to become science fact? Robots, now police officers, except this time with authority to use deadly force.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the future of law enforcement.
RoboCop reality. Well, unfortunately, now all too true.
You have 20 seconds to comply.
I think you'd better do what he says, Mr. Kenny.
You now have 5 seconds to comply. 4.
You didn't believe me? San Francisco Police Department authorized to kill suspects using robots in new draft policy. It's the subline that really hits home. This is not normal. No legal professional or ordinary resident should carry on as if it is normal. Because it's not. We've warned about this for years. Well, now we're going to show you that draft policy with them requesting that this new police force of robots have the authority to kill. My name is Justice Knight, today filling in for Lisa Haven. Can't thank you enough for allowing me to be here. If you haven't subscribed to Lisa's channel, please just take a few seconds to do that. If you haven't yet subscribed to mine, I certainly hope you will. Lisa will put a link just above. And as you're aware, we have built out restrictedrepublic.com, and we got something new now also. I'll get there in just a second. That is your sledgehammer of facts. It's what you need to get through your day-to-day interpretation of all the mainstream media misinformation that goes on a daily basis. Also, as a more lighthearted note, something completely different for us. You want to get into our lives and experience what we experience, making the ordinary extraordinary, get to we'reforkedup.com today. We have our own website, we'reforkedup.com, or here on YouTube. Again, we'll put a link above. We want you to subscribe. We want to put a smile on your face because articles like this is exactly why we do it, because we need a departure just occasionally from science fiction, now turned science reality, except this one, no one ever wanted to come true. So let's dive right in. Law enforcement equipment policy, inventory acquired prior to January of 2022 from the Police Department of San Francisco, now on your computer screen. And we're going to just go through the highlights of this document. We're not going to dredge through everything that's in it. And we're going to go right to the equipment. From the Remote Tech F5A to the Remote Tech 56A. Does anybody know what these are? Quick description of the 5A is a heavy-duty robot. It has stair climbing ability and an arm capable of lifting over 85 pounds. The F5A can tow a variety of large tools and accessories that small robot platforms cannot, and one of those things it can carry is a lethal firearm. We don't even need to talk about Remote Tech Rons or Talons or Dragon Runners or iRobot, whatever you want to say. You see all the equipment there. They go into Humvees, they go into MRAPs, they go into everything that they already carry. But what they're going to do with this is completely different. Just ripping you through what some of this equipment looks like to give you context as to what we're talking about here on Northrop Grumman. Again, these are military-grade pieces of equipment. You'll see there the F6A that I had mentioned earlier, but I'm sure you can get from these photos these things can go anywhere. Now, I want to take a quick pause here and be very clear. If this was kept in its purest sense and followed the rule of law 100% to protect police officers in situations as a last resort that they could not access themselves without having harm to themselves, I don't know many people out there who would say this isn't okay. However, when it is combined with the history of the San Francisco police force and some of the decisions that they have made, well, then everything suddenly gets called into question and is cause for alarm. Any time it is not human to human and we're getting a robot into the mix, malfunction is always a concern. Operator error, always a concern. Things that should not be considered normal. And it is that abnormal that we need to stay focused on, because everyone will put it in the context that this can save police officers' lives. No one's against that. No one would be against that. However, let's get through the rest of the story. So what specifically have they requested? Authorized use. The robots listed in this section, the ones I just read to you, shall not be utilized outside of training and simulations, criminal apprehensions, critical incidents, executing a warrant, or during suspicious device assessment. Robot will only be used as a deadly force option when risk of loss of life to members of the public or officers is imminent and outweighs any other force options available by the San Francisco Police Department. In its purest sense, that would slide by many, not you and not us, because we know some of the history of the use of these robots. This isn't the first time, by the way. You see here, police use of robot to kill Dallas suspect unprecedented. The date, July 8th of 2016. Here's a reminder of that incident.
But to use our bomb robot and place a device on its extension for it to detonate where the suspect was. Other options would have exposed our officers to grave danger.
So again, when used to protect a law enforcement officer or citizens, many would accept this. However, San Francisco settled suit over police beating for $700,000. What happens when the police run out of control? San Francisco doesn't want DA's office investigating alleged cases of police misconduct anymore. If one of these vehicles are involved in an incident and the DA is preventing people from investigating it, then who's protecting us from the protectors, if you want to put it that way? You can't have one without the other. You can't make this request and on the same token, again, the DA not wanting the office investigating alleged cases of police misconduct. One cannot go without the other. San Francisco to pay six-figure settlements in police excessive force lawsuits. Now you see where the cause for concern is. And why, when you see an article like this pop up, San Francisco police seek permission for its robots to use deadly force. Have we learned nothing from RoboCop? A little tongue-in-cheek there, but in reality, it's not. This is science fiction gone science fact with deadly consequences. And if we're not able to investigate the investigators or investigate the police force that's asking for permission to send a robot in to use deadly force, then are we putting that power in the right hands? And that is the question we all need to be asking. I cannot wait to see it in your comments below. We wanted to bring you this development because this is major. A major development to say the very least. Now, before we end, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, Z-Stack. I need you to go to stackwithlisa.com. Flu season's here, and by all reports, it's going to be a very, very bad one. The latest data shows this flu season is spreading early and extraordinarily quick. Well, Z-Stack has the items to help you out. You'll see here on the website, Z-Stack Flu. Just click into it and you could see the benefits of this product, the extraordinary deal Lisa's offering you right now. And this is why I highly recommend getting a bottle of Z-Stack as fast as you can. Z-Stack is an all-in-one immune-boosting super formula that helps keep flus, viruses, and colds at bay. Unless you want to risk missing out on work or time away from your family, I suggest getting Z-Stack immediately. Get up to 15% off right now. Again, that link, stackwithlisa.com, or click on the link in her description box and get that amazing product. Again, that is Z-Stack. stackwithlisa.com. I can't thank you enough for being here today. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justice Knight, signing out.